Welcome back, everybody, to UFC 321 predictions for the main card. We're going to break down each fight and give a prediction as well as a best bet. Starting off with the curtain jerker, Alexander Rakic taking on Murzakanov. I always get that wrong, but for this fight, I am going to lean a little bit towards Rakic. I know Asmat's had some better wins. I know he's undefeated. I know he's had a couple of really close wins, coming off one as well. I just can't quite give up on Alexander Rakic. I know he hasn't been the sharpest in his last handful of fights, splitting loss to Yuri, for example. Maybe it's the head kick KO over Jimmy Manuwa. I just can't quite get over, but I think this is a fight he can win. I think he can keep it on the feet, control it, and land that big shot. So we're going to take Alexander Rakic in this fight. We're going to go for the best bet, though. We're going to go under 2.5 rounds. I do think if Rakic wins, he's going to get it done by a second round knockout, or he's going to get completely ran through and destroyed on the ground, probably early third, late second. So we're going to go under 2.5 rounds at minus 105 for the bet. Our next pick, we got Alexander Volkov taking on Yelton Almeida, arguably the next heavyweight contender in this matchup. We see Volkov coming off a robbery loss that was really a win over Ciryl Gane. He should be fighting in the main event, but I digress. Yelton Almeida, 22-3, kind of a big win. Incredible ground game. Volkov with the length on the feet. We know what he provides and the different versatility he brings on the ground as well as on the feet. I think I'm going to go with Volkov in this one because I do think he did beat Ciryl Gane, and I think he is very, very good. I think Yelton Almeida is very close. I think this is a very close fight. If Yelton's able to get him down early and is able to control him and just wear on him, they could change the fight. But we're definitely going to go over 1.5 rounds for this one. I do think Volkov's going to do a good job keeping him at bay. Yelton's going to clinch. I think he's going to defend some of the early takedowns. So I think it's going to delay, like that first round's going to be a little bit slower. And then I think as the fight goes on, that's when we see either Yelton Almeida control him on the ground and get the win, or Volkov being able to set the tone. But we're going to go over 1.5 rounds for the bet. We are going to take Volkov for the win because it's something's got to right the ship, right? He definitely won that last fight. So this will be the get back fight. Next up in the premier fight, we got Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Mario Batista. You can see just at the odds that Umar is a huge favorite, minus 625. Batista is still ranked in the top 10. Umar, a lot of people still buy it. A very close fight with Merab. You could have made the case up until very late that he could have been in on it, that he could have been winning. This one, the point spread's actually kind of crazy. It's at minus 5.5, which would mean he would have to win 3 rounds to nothing on at least 2 scorecards or have a 10-8 in there. Like, it's basically there will be no 29-28s across the board. Like, this would have to be a very clear and dominant win, or he wins by finish. We're still going to take Umar to win, and we're going to take the minus 5.5. Mario Batista is good. He's very game, but I'm going to take Umar to get this one done. I think he'll control it 30-27, maybe even a late finish. I think he's just going to give Batista some problems, and he's still that good. He's still arguably the second best bantamweight in the game. So we're going to take Umar to get it done over Batista and the minus 5.5 point spread. In the co-main, we got Viarna taking on Mackenzie Dern. This fight's not exactly overly inspiring on paper. They're both good fighters. Dern is 22-3 last fight and a win. Mackenzie Dern coming off a sub win in her last fight for the title on the line as well, the women's strawweight title. I do think Mackenzie Dern did win the first matchup. Viarna did a great job defending the takedowns, did a good job not getting caught in anything, going to the decision. But I think I'm going to take Mackenzie Dern to win this one as well in a very similar fashion. I don't love that it'll be 5 rounds for her. I do think it's going to go over 4.5 rounds. Viarna's going to make a push late. But I don't think Mackenzie's going to be able to sub her or tap her out. So I think it's going to be a little ugly on the feet. When Mackenzie does get her down, I think she'll control her, but Viarna's going to defend the subs very well. So we're going to go over 4.5 rounds for the bet. I think this one's going to go to decision. And in the main event, at last, Tom Aspinall as the undisputed champion, taking on Ciryl Gane in his first official title defense, even though he did defend the interim strap, but we'll count it either way. This fight is very tricky because of what Ciryl Gane can do on the feet. If you look at the numbers throughout the fight, Tom's a huge favorite, minus 355. Everything as far as rounds favors in Tom by knockouts, like minus 500, Tom by win, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of great bets. One that's interesting is over half a takedown for Tom at minus 200. I don't hate that because I do think Ciryl Gane, the way he moves on the feet, the way he uses his footwork is going to give him a little bit of trouble because they both are very athletic heavyweights, probably the 2 most athletic in the game right now. So I think I'm going to go with over. I think if Tom gets in closer, he's having trouble. He knows he could take Ciryl to the trenches and make it ugly, just like John did. So he gets a little dicey on the feet at any point, or if he gets tagged or has trouble with it, I see him just closing the distance, getting that body lock, maybe up against the cage, yanking him down, and just making it a little bit ugly, going for the submission like he did over Volkov. So We're going to take over half a takedown for Tom Aspinall, which seems blasphemous because he's been knocking everybody else out. And it's very possible he won't even have to shoot. But I do think that is just an easier path for him if he's not able to crush Ciryl in the first minute like he's done with everyone else. So that's what we have for the best bets. We are continuing to try and build. We've had a very, very strong record so far on the year with these UFC pay-per-view bets. We are 25 out of 30 so far. So we've had a very, very good, excuse me, that was not correct. We have had a very, very good one overall. Let me go. So let's see. We were 22 out of 30. So yeah, all right. We're doing very strong. So we're looking at about 22 out of 30, if my math is correct. We've had a pretty strong one. 25 out of 35. That's what it is. 25 out of 35. I had to do some quick math because we just went 3-2 in the most recent one, UFC 320 with Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. So strong, solid percentage. Let us know down below what bets you're taking and who you have winning throughout these fights. And we'll be sure to see you all again next time.